and doing a parody of himself, bouncing in love on Leno. And the object of his affected bouncing, 26-year-old Katie Holmes, is on message too.
He's the most amazing man in the whole world.
Really on message.
He's the most amazing man in the world.
The problem is the public isn't buying the love story. 62% say it's contrived, according to one poll, and it's questionable whether their Paris engagement propelled Katie's Batman Begins to its $70 million opening, or whether it was the masked Marvel in tights. Sometimes the attention drawn to the stars' real lives helps at the box office.
But if it gets off the track and people suddenly are more fixated on sort of the tabloid exploits of these stars and attention is drawn away from the movie, that can be problematic.
Whatever's happening with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie didn't hurt their film. Mr. and Mrs. Smith grossed $98 million so far.
What really may be hurting Hollywood is this, the DVD. Nearly 3/4 of adults surveyed said they'd rather watch movies at home than hassle with the theater.
And when street theater is this entertaining, who can blame them? Jerry Bowen, CBS News, Hollywood.
Now, why would you do that?
That's the news. I'm Bob Schieffer, CBS News in New York. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, click on cbsnews.com. Brought to you in part by Walmart, where you can find everything you and your family need at everyday low prices. Walmart, always low prices, always.
This is CBS. Live, late-breaking, investigative. This is KCTV 5 News at 6.
A gun-toting robber is now targeting hotel clerks.
Now police are investigating whether this same gunman is hitting other businesses on both sides of the state line.
KCTV 5's Amy Anderson is live with tonight's big story. Amy?
It was about 2:30 this morning. Officers were called out to the Comfort Inn on 107th and Metcalf after a man robbed the desk clerk at gunpoint. Just 24 hours before that, a man walked into the Garden Hilton Inn near College and Knoll. Similarities in both cases leading investigators to believe it could be the work of the same robber.
And asked for some change, and then as he's getting change, he pulls out the handgun and robs him for a small amount of cash and then leaves on foot.
But Kansas authorities aren't the only ones on the hunt. Across the state line, investigators are looking into as many as 3 other robberies, all possibly linked to one man. One man that may be drawn to each hit by geography.
We're looking into any connections between those. It looks like 435 might be the common characteristic in all these.
And no one was hurt in any of those robberies. If you have any information, you're asked to call police on the TIPS hotline. That number, 816-474-TIPS. That's the latest. Reporting live, I'm Amy Anderson for KCTV 5 News.
Now a breaking news update. Right now, Prairie Village police are still looking for a bank robbery suspect who took off in an employee's car. We just got surveillance pictures of the robbery at Gold Bank and 75th and State Line. It happened just this afternoon, 3:30. Police say the man told tellers he had a weapon but never showed one. The car police are now looking for is described as a 1994 green Toyota Camry with Kansas plates RBB798. Now take a look at your screen. These are the photos that we just got in of the suspect in this robbery. Take a look. You can see his glasses, long sandy brown hair. Once again, if you have any information about this robbery at 75th and State Line in Prairie Village, call police.
There was quite a protest at the Jackson County Courthouse today over a pay raise. KCTV 5's Tim Betcher is there live with the details on the dispute. Tim?
Yeah, Karen, not surprisingly, this was all over money and whether employees in one county department deserve more of it than another. Now, Jackson County Prosecuting Attorney Mike Sanders has asked the county legislature for a 6% raise for the assistant prosecutors and the staff in his office. During the legislature's meeting this afternoon, employees with several other county agencies, Public Works being one, showed up in protest. They say County Executive Catherine Shields only asked for a 2% raise for them, so they packed the legislature's chambers today, holding signs that pretty much summed up their position. If they get theirs, when will we get ours? And you don't begrudge the prosecutor?
I don't begrudge anybody getting a raise. If they can get whatever they can get, I'm happy for them, but I want a raise too.
For the low starting pay,
prosecutors in the region, in the state. We are the 4th lowest paying average salary, and we have the highest caseloads.
The county legislature adjourned earlier this evening, agreeing to consider Mike Sanders' proposal. They plan to put it to a vote early next week. Reporting live, Tim Vetcher, KCTV 5 News.
A fast food manager gets a gun in her face when she tries to make a bank deposit. KCTV 5's Betsy Webster is live with details. Betsy?
It was a frightening start to a new job for that woman, just her 2nd week at work, police tell me, and this morning they say she was an emotional wreck. Police say it was just after 9:30 when she pulled into the parking lot of this bank at I-70 and Blue Ridge Cutoff from the Wendy's just up the street on 40 Highway to make a deposit and make change. They say 2 people drove up behind her van, then one man came up to her van window with a gun saying, "Give me the bank bag," and get out of the car. She asked if she could have her purse. Police say he said no and drove off. Now, police don't know how the robber knew about the deposit bag, but they found the woman's Grand Caravan, in the words of the police report, within minutes. It was abandoned under the bridge at I-70 and Manchester. The money was gone. Reporting live, I'm Betsy Webster, KCTV 5 News.
The Missouri Highway Patrol confiscated pot from a driver this weekend, at least 100 pounds of it.
And KCTV 5's Rob Yagman is live with how they found it. Rob?
Yeah, Dana, I-70 is known as a major thoroughfare for drug traffickers across the country, and today the Missouri Highway Patrol is netting a huge catch. Check this out. Saturday night, right outside Odessa, a woman with California plates was pulled over on I-70 for a lane violation. She had 2 big old duffel bags in the back of her Land Rover. In them, 21 taped cubes of pot. When asked what was in those little cubes, the woman from Bakersfield, California, admittedly had a very interesting answer.
During the course of the traffic stop, as he was talking with the driver, she admitted that there was some marijuana in the car. So a subsequent search of the vehicle revealed the roughly 100 pounds of marijuana that we have here.
Yeah, the 48-year-old was arrested and taken to Lafayette County Jail over in Lexington. She faces first-degree drug trafficking charges. Highway Patrol says they're just happy that $100,000 worth of pot is now off the streets. Rob Yagman, KCTV 5 News.
Milk spoils the drive for people dashing out to lunch using Interstate 670 or any roads in that area today. Police shut down 2 blocks in the area of the 1500 block of West 12 and closed I-670 in both directions. KCTV 5's Leanna Joyce is live with what caused all the commotion. Leanna?
Karen, police closed down streets around here, including I-670 for a while. They also evacuated all these buildings back here in the West Bottoms. This after a customer found what he thought was a bomb hooked onto this gas pump right here. Police and hazmat crews arrived in a hurry, bringing their bomb and arson robot to get a close-up look at the device. It was 2 clear plastic jugs tied together with wires sticking out. There was some kind of liquid inside the jugs that police feared might be explosives. The robot finally fired a water cannon at the device, separating it, spilling what turned out to be spoiled milk onto the ground at the foot of the gas pump. While the milk turned out to be harmless, it caused quite an inconvenience for drivers detoured around the area and all the people who own and work in businesses here.
Well, actually, I cannot go to my building. I have my van over here and I cannot go to my building. I have to go take my equipment out because I have a big event. I can't go to my building.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It makes you wonder, what the motive was.
Now, that's what police would like to know, too. They took fingerprints of the device that was here on this gas tank. They also took surveillance from the gas station, hoping to figure out who it was that went to all the trouble to make it look like a bomb and caused all this trouble for people in this area. Reporting live in Kansas City, Missouri, Leanna Joyce, KCTV 5 News.
From the Storm Track 5 Weather Center,